ZS EV from MG. Smart, stylish and swift.
Behold! The MG ZS EV. We went to the launch not long ago and we now have it on a week-long review.
It's rather apt as well. If I'm not mistaken, that is the exact number plate of the car that you drove with Joseph in the centre of London.
You are not wrong. Providentially, we have the exact same one, which I'm very happy about. And talking of MG...
We've gone full circle now, because our first full review was the MG GS when we took it to Wembley, took it to Woodwell. My clothing was a bit unorthodox back then. I remember wearing a Technics woolly hat, but I was new to this.
Oh, we all were.
Yeah, we were.
And talking of that, we do have an announcement to make.
We do. Michael.
Our partner Michael, it's time for him to move on. He needs to branch out, try new things, which means you won't be seeing him in front of the camera anymore.
What he's achieved in the last 3 years is absolutely phenomenal. Good luck, Michael. It's been one roller coaster of a ride.
We're wishing you all the very, very best.
We are. This is the EV, so we've literally not just gone full circle with the review, but we've gone full circle with the technologies and advancements. Because a fully electric SUV for a price that, when matched by the grant, comes to around £23,500, which
for the
is
exclusive trim.
And you can get the Excite for, I think it's around 21,000.
21.5, yes, I think, yeah.
Now, a lot of people have reservations about electric vehicles and say, oh, can you do a long haul on it? So we did one. So click above and you will see our long haul. There's 3 parts of it. We also have a giveaway as well.
It's competition time. To celebrate our review of the MG ZS EV, we're having a giveaway. These goodies: Michelin parking protectors to keep your MG ZS EV or other car pristine. All you need to do to enter is subscribe, like this video, pop a comment below, and somebody will win. We'll have a draw within 7 days. Good luck, everyone.
Couple of quick specs on the car. 143 brake horsepower, 44.5 water-cooled battery, and a range of 163. Take it into a city and it will offer you a staggering 231.
And we've tested this.
I was going to say, we believe it.
Yes, because we have thoroughly tested it in central London and on a road trip and round in the country. It's fab.
And it's also aimed for NCAP 4 to 5, which is fabulous news considering the earlier model was 3.
Yeah.
When it comes to the exterior, not much has changed, except this.
Haha, I'm going to show you this out. It's so cool. A push, a lift, and that's where you charge. More on that later.
And one cool thing is that pulses once you charge it.
Very cool.
Speaking of that, I'm going to be looking at the exterior and the styling.
I will be looking at the interior, the practicality, the functionality and the build quality. And some things really have changed on the inside.
And then we'll both be driving it.
And then I will bring the verdict on whether or not this is the car for you.
If you like the latest automotive shows, car news, why not subscribe to the channel? Hit the notification bell and that way you'll be updated every time we upload some new content.
Thank you.
As you can see, not much has changed on the exterior. You've got the satin effect here and you've got this rather commanding grille. Chrome surround and this MG badge, it holds a secret. And don't forget this raised ride height, great in tricoat red. Now the biggest changes on the MG ZS EV are when it comes to safety, tech and some really cool features as well. You get LED daytime running lights, automatic bi-projection headlamps and high beam assist. In addition to that, you get rain sensing wipers. You get pedestrian detection and bicycle detection and collision detection and active cruise control, and the list goes on. There's far more to this car than there was on the previous one, but that's because it's now aimed for between NCAP 4 and NCAP 5. Stepping round to the side of the vehicle, the first thing you'll notice are 17-inch alloy wheels. These are diamond cut and they've got a quite high profile, and that adds to comfort whilst driving. They're also exclusive to the EV. You've got plastic cladding around the outside to give it an off-road style, power folding door mirrors, blind spot detection, even cross-traffic alert. It also looks very executive with the chrome running around the bottom of the windows and the chrome roof rails as well, and chrome door handles. And you don't get these in the combustion models. As you can see, keyless entry, that's new too. The plastic cladding continues along the bottom and you've got a satin effect above it to give it a nice sporty line. You can also see the sloping roofline from this angle too. all-round disc brakes with the front being vented. When it comes to the back of the car, you'll see the styling remains the same. Sculpted lenses, the big MG badge, that's where you also open the boot. But one big change is this ZSEV, depicting you have an electric car. It also has rear parking sensors and a reversing camera and beasting aerial. The rugged style continues at the bottom with the bumper and the satin effects that run round the edge, matching the front and the side. There's also a sporty rear spoiler with a high level brake light, and because it's not combustion, there's no exhaust.
With the MG ZSEV, the 44.5 kilowatt water-cooled battery and a range of 163, which increases to 231 in the city, this car will get you from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.5 seconds. Not bad for an EV. It's all about the charge. Press the badge, you lift up, the charging points are here, and you remove the buttons. Top one first, then the bottom. Then you get your plug and you plug in. Charging kit comes with your power and a Type 2 cable. There are 3 different ways that you can charge this car. Firstly, you could charge it at home with a 3-pin plug. So let's have a run through of how to charge at home. The home charger does come at an additional cost. The first 1,000 customers did get one when they made their purchase, and I think the cost is about £1,000. We're now going to plug the home charger into our extension cable, which we've run from the house from a power socket, not an extension cable, for safety. Then we're going to take our home charger plug into the car. Once it's plugged in, it will show you on a green light that it's charging here, but the coolest way to check is seeing that your MG badge is pulsing. With this car and this battery, it'll take about 20 hours to fully charge. There's also the Type 2, which is called a fast charge. This is your Type 2. You use it at a charging point when you're out and about that has a Type 2 charging capability. You plug it into the car and into the charging point with this. That'll take around 6.5 hours to fully charge. You plug that in and you've got whichever charger that you want to use, and it will give you between 7 and 43 kilowatts. So by far the Planet Auto favourite is the CCS charger. It's a dual plug you plug in, and it's the rapid one, and it will give you between 50 and 83.5 kilowatts, which will give you a charge of about 80% in about 40 minutes, which is fab. Super fast, super quick and easy. Gives you time to have a break, have a chill and relax, recharge and refuel yourself. When you've done that, you literally just reverse the process. Put your plug back in and put the bungs back in. Bottom one first, because that's the one you took out last. Then the big one at the top. Secure the bungs, push and shut, and away you go. When it comes to types, there is lots of different information out there. Energy, output, charging times, the works. We just did our homework. We would look at the map and see we want a rapid charger. However, we found like the rapid CCS charger would say between 50 and 83, but some of them went actually higher than that. Same with the Type 2. For instance, ZapMap puts the Type 2 between 7 and 22. However, we've been told that the maximum charge for a Type 2 is 7. Just do your homework, have a look around, know where you want to go, and it's simple. Here's what we did. We plotted our route for our road trip using the ZapMap app, and we chose the shortest distance with the shortest time. Plotted that route in, it then gave you a full map and charging points along the way. In the availability, you can actually choose which type of chargers you're looking for, either rapid or a range. I just went with rapid because we were travelling at night and we wanted to see what the fast parts were. Because you actually put your car details in the ZapMap app, and it will give you the information relevant to the car you're driving. So for instance, some of the ports were saying they had 3 different types of charging ports, but port 1 was not suitable for this vehicle. And also the make of the charger that you were going to use. Everyone is different. Ecotricity, you can either use a debit card or sign up for an account. Using the app on your phone, it is quick and easy. However, so it is with the debit card. InstaVault is actually very user-friendly because you don't have to use an app or even register for an account in any way. You drive up to the charging point, you tap a debit or credit card, that will then activate it. You choose which charge point you want to use, plug in, it starts charging, and then you stop it with your card. It then calculates how much you've spent, you unplug, and away you go. The network and the infrastructure is already there, and it's growing at a rapid pace. It's fabulous. We love it. Stepping into the front of the vehicle is nice and easy thanks to its raised ride height and nice wide opening doors. And once you're in here, it's a very lovely place to be. The seats are extremely comfortable. They're in leatherette with stitching, white accented. Looks very, very nice. The new EV has the infotainment system that's tilted towards the driver, so you do feel enveloped with your leather wrapped steering wheel, your padded armrest and comfort on the door. You do find some hard to touch plastics in the car, mainly here at the top of the door. However, the top of the dash, it is soft. And this centre console, it's a floating one, which is different from the previous models. And of course, the main difference is this. No gear stick. You have your rotary dial and your modes, which I'll get into when I talk about the tech. When it comes to functionality, this car is chock full of tech, which is the main difference between this and previous models. You have electrically operated windows all round, and you can lock the rear ones from the driver panel here. You have electrically folding door mirrors that are heated with blind spot detection. That's new. You also have cross traffic monitoring. When it comes to the steering wheel, you can control your media, your telephony, your fuel computer, and this dock here is your cruise control, which is active, and that's a new feature, and it comes with traffic jam assist and rain sensing wipers. It also comes with automatic headlights with high beam assist, which is new for the EV. Obviously, with it being an EV, the dials are different. On your left you have your speed, and on the right you have your economy. It will show you, it'll go from green over to amber, say if you need to boot it to get out of an interesting situation, or if you're going on more of a motorway speed. In the city, it will pretty much stay in the green because it's built and designed for that, to make sure you get the best out of the range of the battery. The computer in the middle is very clear and it shows you exactly what you need to know. The battery charge at the bottom is reminiscent of the old empty or full tank. The box also displays your regen levels and which driving mode you're in. The reminding function is also very clear and it will prompt you as well. I wouldn't say nag, however, it does the job. You also have your start-stop button. The infotainment system is great. It's nice and large, it's touchscreen, it's got navigation built in, and it comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You've also got modes and settings that you can change in the system. There's also functionality including MG Pilot, and the sound system is very, very versatile. It's also great. The banging tunes we had on our road trip were fantastic. It has an equalizer and it has 3D mode in it as well. It's a very intuitive system. It's relatively quick and easy to use. However, you may find that the sat nav that's built in can be a little bit slow. However, it's a learning curve, and if you prefer, you can use the plug and play options with the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto and use the systems you have on your phone. Have your air conditioning with various filters. You also have your shortcut buttons for instant misting. And you've also got the options on here for turning on your seat heating. Please let me have some tea.
Go on, quick.
What? Tea?
No, that. And then...
Again, no gearbox. This is an electric car. You have your rotary dial though, and you have reverse, neutral and drive. You also have your switches. You have your mode switch, which is normal, eco and sport. You have your KERS switch, which is your regenerative braking, and you have 3, heavy, medium and light. Then you have your battery switch as well. It also comes with an automatic parking brake and hill start assist, and under the floating dash you have your 12-volt sockets and your USB port. By far my favourite feature is the panoramic sunroof. It's awesome. It goes pretty much all the way back. It's got power tilt, power slide, and it's got a power shade. So you can still have the sunroof open and have some shade. You also have individual lights here for the driver and the passenger. When it comes to practicality, I have loads of headroom and loads of legroom. I'm only 5'3" though. However, this seat is set up for Ben, and I can that range. So, all good. For comfort, you have a footrest on the left-hand side, making it nice and comfy for longer journeys. Again, as this is an EV, there is no clutch, so it's set up more like an automatic. You can get electric seats for the driver and the passenger. The seats are quite buckety and they hold you well. Very comfortable. When it comes to the steering wheel, you have rake only. When it comes to storage, you have decent sized door bins. You have 2 good sized cup holders here in the centre console with a cupboard under the armrest. You've got this section here, which is actually great for keys, and under in the floating dash you have a really good sized storage area. And the glove box is a good size, which means you can fit a bottle of water and maybe a snack. Stepping into the back of the vehicle is also nice and easy, again thanks to the raised ride height, and the back doors do open nice and wide. Handy as well are these grab handles, which when you're mobility challenged makes it a lot easier to get in and out. And once you're back here, it's a very nice place to be. I have plenty of leg room. There's also room under the front seat for me to comfortably pop my feet, and I have lots of headroom. There's a virtually flat floor, because remember there's no transmission in the middle, and you have a charging point here. It comes with electric windows. There is hard plastic here, however the door rest is padded and very comfortable. I also have plenty of headroom, even with a sloping roofline and panoramic sunroof. When it comes to storage, you have this little pot here underneath the charging port, and on each door you have a decent sized door bin where you can fit a bottle of water and a snack, or in my case generally a book. It's very comfortable here in the back. 2 adults no problem, 3 children as well. For shorter journeys you can even get 3 adults in here without too much of a problem. You have ISOFIX points for safety. It's really nice and light and airy in here due to the fact that you don't have privacy glass on the windows, and you've got this fantastic, as we've mentioned before, panoramic sunroof. When it comes to the boot, you can open it in 2 ways. You can hold down the middle key fob, it releases the latch, and I'm going to show you the other way as well of when it's unlocked. You can use the badge. And once you're in here, you've got lots of storage space. You've got 470 litres, which increases to 1100 with the seats down. It is slightly less than the petrol version, however, you still have a nice square space. The 2 back seats are also split folding. You have a load lip, but it's slightly mitigated with the fact that it has a false floor, and underneath that is where you can store all of your charging cables, and you have a tyre inflation kit there too. Either side you've got these nice little natty storage areas with like some netting, and I found especially on our long haul trip they were great for shoes. You've got a light at the back and tethering points on either side as well. All in all, it's a really great space. We found that we could easily get 3 people, all of our kit for Revival, and then on to Farnborough, including camera kit, luggage, you name it. Not quite the kitchen sink, but just near enough, and we still have plenty of room and we're comfortable. We're going to take this wonderful machine up to the Lake District.
And we're going to use ZapMap, the app. Well, technically it's electric. Blind spot detection system on. Lane change assist system on. Rear cross traffic alert system on.
How does it feel? Does it feel any different to having it on KERS3?
Not unless I brake, but yes, if I take my foot off the pedal, there's literally no regen braking.
Alright, cool. Alright then.
Whereas it is a lot more noticeable on Regen 3.
It is. I was trying to quietly eat my muffin.
It's cornering very nicely. Blind spot detection working a treat. Annabelle on some type of who knows what. Automatic headlamps have kicked in as well. I was going to say Apple CarPlay is very good on this. We can't test Android Auto because we don't have any Android phones, but when we're using Apple CarPlay, it's responsive, it's intuitive, you can do everything you need through the screen, or you can use your phone.
Yeah, and because obviously it's Apple CarPlay, on the right hand side you have a menu which gives you your options to bop between Waze, which is the same we're using, or Spotify, or your phone, nice and quickly and easily and safely. MG ZS EV does have a really good sound system, really nice clear sound.
It does.
Good bass. Yeah, very impressed with it. 55. We've done 24 miles in actual distance, and we've used 22 in range.
We moved down to Regen 3 whilst we were in slow traffic, but we're going back up now to Regen. Oh, no, that was Sport, Normal and Eco, because I'm riffing the wrong thing. Oops.
Yeah.
There we go. And we're back into 1 now on Regen, which is light.
Yes.
Getting a lot of questions. Annabelle's actually looking through the press sheet now, but we've been getting a lot of questions about how the things differ from this to the combustion. For a start, you get keyless entry on this. You get a start-stop button as well. So the ride height's quite high, isn't it? You've got a big windscreen, it's nice and easy to see.
Great visibility.
Yeah. You've got automatic lights and you've got rain sensing wipers as well. but when you start up the car, it goes through a full list of safety options. I wasn't expecting to see hill descent control on this car. It's a very welcome addition. It kind of makes sense because I'm assuming it's built into the Regen somehow, because that can slow you in the same way that descent control does. I'm sure it's completely different, but that's how it feels at least.
In terms of range, gone down by 27 miles.
Okay.
And we have done, in terms of actual distance, 29.
So we're staying 2 ahead.
Yeah, it's a consistent 2 ahead.
Safety included on this vehicle: blind spot detection, cross traffic monitoring, pedestrian detection, and collision detection as well.
It's chock full of safety features.
Well, yeah, you get active cruise control as well.
So unlike a combustion engine where you've got your fuel gauge and you've got your range, and it's part of the background scenery, it's there and you keep an eye on it and it bings or the light goes on to tell you that you need to refuel. This keeps you actively engaged, and it's you know, how...
It's like having the economy bar on the old BMWs. Driving position is good as well. We've got a nice armrest here, which is...
soft touch, isn't it?
I was going to say it's
comfy.
Leatherette, maybe. Comfortable, and it is padded. And also, on the right-hand side, I've got an armrest, which is padded as well. So I can rest my hands my arms very, very comfortably and drive. Flip the throttle now to get up to 70 miles an hour, and... It is quick.
I was going to say, that was fast.
I may have sacrificed a little bit of mileage, but it was worth it. If I'm driving a petrol car, I'll just floor it all the time. Whereas with this, I don't feel as driven to do that, strangely. The thing about this car is it may have soft suspension like we've mentioned in the previous version, but you can actually still have quite an engaging drive. And if you indicate right and then decide to pull out into traffic and give it a bit of a sharp turn, it will stay very well under control as well. Do you want to go into some of the car's settings and just reel off what's there?
You mean just press buttons and play?
Yeah, pretty much. We will see. That's quite responsive as well. Within 1.5 seconds, the screen has appeared. You can see you've got speed assist system, lane assist system, and MG Pilot. Also, if you navigate through, forward collision system, pedestrian alert, rear driving assist, and speed assist mode. And it's got road time recognition as well.
So MG Pilot is on. I'm now going to click on comfort and convenience.
So follow me home lights, find my car.
Yeah, driving, maintenance, hill descent control system. Now we're going to turn it on.
Very easy infotainment screen as well to use.
Yeah.
On shoulder ahead.
One thing to note, the Excite doesn't come with cross traffic monitoring. There's other things that aren't included, but that one thing comes to mind, so I just thought I'd say it.
Okay.
It's low charge. Please avoid aggressive driving, I think it is. Something along those lines. Which means don't blaze all your charge in one go. It did throttle down so I couldn't use as much power while pulling away.
That is true. So in light of that fact, do you see what I did there with the fact that the light's on? In light of that
I was going to say, speaking of lights...
Let's turn it off.
No, how good are our lights?
Very good.
It has high beam assist as well.
It does indeed.
It is very cool, and it is extremely feasible to do a long haul in, especially with this charger, where you can just literally pay with a card or download the app and pay where you're at. A good piece of advice would be to keep a minimum of, say, 40 miles, and then that way you've got some to play with.
Well, now we're going to charge using Ecotricity. You register, put your details in, validate, and then you're good to go. So to charge, you have to scan the pump's QR code or put the pump in. So 1113. 1113.
Yeah.
Recording. Submit. Yes, we are at Chol Valley Services.
Right, so
yes.
it just asks a question. Very good.
Select what you... So it's
CCS.
CCS. Keep Benjamin. Energy price, 30p a kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
So it's a DC combo.
Yeah.
I recognise that.
Yeah, there we go. So we should get a beep, I expect. Please wait whilst your vehicle connects to the charge point.
So 3. Submit.
It's pre-charging. I think it's working, Annabelle. Let's get that. So we are charging again. It has a percentage bar and it says miles as well.
It might well be nearly 40 minutes, so.
Okay, 71%, 41 minutes. That was 49 minutes from what? about.
It was empty. It was like dash, dash, dash.
I'm also thinking it must be quite windy because 40 footers today are just swaying all over the shop, and there's absolutely no movement in this.
None at all.
Nothing. We are in an SUV with very soft suspension, so I expected something, not nothing. I said you had a power panoramic sunroof, but you also have a power blind as well. You can have the blind closed with the sunroof open.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Go, go! He's not worried about range, is he?
No, neither are we. Annabelle used the air conditioning and the fans to demist the window, and it is quite rapid.
It was literally seconds. A couple of people have been asking about the active cruise control, and here it is in all its glory.
We are doing 72 miles an hour, but according to Waze, we're doing dead on 70.
Reported ahead.
Yeah. And how does it feel to drive on active cruise control on the motorway then?
It feels very good. When we come up behind this wagon, I want to see what happens, so I'm going to drop in behind it. And it looks to me like you can set the distance and that kind of thing, so we'll see what it does.
Okay. It's a bit difficult, I was just getting a disembodied voice.
Right, it's picked up on the vehicle in front.
Excellent.
And it's slowing down. There we go. So I will now indicate round. As you can see then, it did quite harsh braking. Very good. Now I've steered round it, it's pulling back up to 72 miles an hour. Yeah. So
Impressive.
yeah, very impressive.
Very comfortable.
And also the active cruise control, if you knock it up or down, it goes up in increments of 5, or you can set it by pressing the button on the end. It's a pleasure to drive, it really is. It handles speed so well.
It's lovely for me because I get to see you experience what I did at the launch.
Yeah.
It's just a dream, it really is. It's so much fun, it's so responsive, it's so easy.
Well, that's it. If you're not careful, you would quite easily get up to probably 3 figures, or extremely close.
Yes, that's it.
Because it's like lightning.
Yeah, you can have
even
a lot
in
of fun
eco
in
mode,
this.
you can still blip it to get out of trouble, which is really cool.
Yeah.
You do manage to get around, I think it's 1.5, so you're using half a mile more than you would do at say 50. That makes sense?
It does.
Which would explain the extra usage. That's what I'm trying to get the point across.
Right, I see what you mean. So in terms of the fact that
we've now dropped dead onto 70, and it seems to have levelled out and gone mile for mile again.
Yeah.
But if you are a touch over, it does make quite a difference.
And being able now to review it so soon after the launch is just
and do
brilliant.
some, really worthy trips in it.
We've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We've shown that it is actually very doable. You do need to actually plan for a longer journey, but having to take breaks, I think, is only a good thing.
Well, it is a very good thing. The thing is, it's been easy with this car.
Yeah, exactly.
It really has. It is great. And here's Ben with the final verdict. Why? Well, Annabelle's lost her voice, so yeah, first time for everything. The ZS EV comes with a 44.5 kilowatt battery. It's water cooled, and believe it or not, this car will get you 0 to 60 in 8.5 seconds. It has 143 PS and a range of around 163 miles. However, you take that into the city and you're looking at more like 231. It's perfect about and around town and your daily commute, as well as weekend trips and adventures. Charging is easy, whether it's home charging, Type 2 charging, or CCS rapid charging. It's simplicity. And don't worry about the network, it's already there. Easy to charge, easy to find, easy to do everything, to be honest. Allowing you to get on with what matters, adventuring. There's so many things to love about the ZS EV, from the stylish design to the advanced tech. For example, 3 levels of regenerative braking, yes, KERS, 3 driving modes, Eco, Normal and Sport, and don't forget MG Pilot, which makes driving far safer, active cruise control, even traffic jam assist, pedestrian detection, bicycle detection, even blind spot detection. With prices starting from just under $22,000 for the Excite trim, the MG ZS EV may just be the car you're looking for.